Have you ever wondered what secrets the Titanic still holds? Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're embarking on a journey into the unknown, unearthing hidden truths and fascinating facts about the infamous ship that met its untimely end in the icy waters of the North Atlantic. Our first revelation is about the Titanic's lesser-known sibling, the RMS Olympic. Constructed side by side, these sister ships shared many similarities. The Olympic, however, had a vastly different fate. Unlike the Titanic, the Olympic navigated the seas successfully for a remarkable 24 years, a testament to the engineering prowess of the time. Yet, despite its impressive longevity, the Olympic remains overshadowed by the tragic tale of its sister ship, two majestic ships, each with its own destiny. Despite being one of the most famous shipwrecks in history, the Titanic still holds many secrets. Notably, the wreck of this iconic ship was not discovered until more than 7 decades after its tragic sinking. Imagine the year, 1985. The world had moved on, but the Titanic lay hidden, shrouded in the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. The mysteries of its final moments were locked away, unreachable, untouchable. That was until a team of dedicated explorers and researchers finally uncovered the resting place of the once majestic ocean liner. The discovery was monumental. The Titanic was no longer just a story passed down through generations. It became tangible, a ghostly testament to a bygone era. The explorers found a world frozen in time, a silent witness to the grandeur and tragedy of the early 20th century. The Titanic's discovery opened a new chapter in maritime history, transforming the ship from legend into reality. It stands as a time capsule of history preserved beneath the ocean's depths. Among the passengers aboard the Titanic were several notable figures whose tales add a unique layer of intrigue to the ship's rich history. One such individual was Dorothy Gibson, a prominent silent film actress of the early 20th century. Gibson's experience aboard the Titanic was nothing short of harrowing. She was playing cards in the first-class lounge when the ship struck the iceberg. Swiftly boarding Lifeboat 7, she was among the first survivors rescued by the Carpathia. But her connection to the Titanic didn't end there. Remarkably, within a mere month of the disaster, Gibson starred in a film recounting her survival, titled "Saved from the Titanic." Dressed in the same clothes she wore on that fateful night, Gibson brought her personal experience to the silver screen, making the film an immediate sensation. So, the Titanic's impact on popular culture was immediate and profound, influencing even the realm of cinema in its immediate aftermath. Did you know the Titanic's launch was delayed by nearly a month? It's a little-known fact that a coal strike in the early part of the 20th century played a significant role in the Titanic's story. The coal strike caused a severe fuel shortage, impacting the maritime industry and leading to the rescheduling of the Titanic's maiden voyage. This delay had a domino effect. Many passengers who had originally booked their journey on other ships were transferred to the Titanic due to the strike. Among these were some of the wealthiest and most influential people of the era, including John Jacob Astor IV, one of the richest men in the world, and Benjamin Guggenheim, a prominent American businessman. The coal strike also led to the Titanic being loaded with an excess amount of coal to compensate for the shortage. This extra weight may have contributed to the severity of the iceberg collision, as the ship was heavier than planned. So, as we can see, seemingly minor events can have profound consequences. One surprising revelation about the Titanic is its speed. It's a common belief that the Titanic was barreling across the Atlantic, racing to set a record for the fastest transatlantic crossing. But the truth is far from it. When the Titanic collided with that fateful iceberg, it was actually moving at a relatively moderate pace. The ship's recorded speed was approximately 22 knots, a far cry from the breakneck speeds that some might imagine. It seems that the Titanic wasn't in any particular hurry after all. Yet despite this, the iceberg struck with such force that it tore a 300-foot gash in the ship's side. This tragic incident serves as a stark reminder that no matter how well we plan, no matter how many precautions we take, the unexpected can always occur. Even with precautions, tragedy can still strike unexpectedly. The Titanic was not just a ship, it was a microcosm of society. Stepping aboard the Titanic was like stepping into a world where the distinctions between the haves and the have-nots were as clear as day and night. This was markedly evident in the design and aesthetics of the grand staircase, a symbol of the class division on the ship. The grand staircase was more than just an architectural marvel. It was a physical embodiment of the societal hierarchies of the early 20th century. Just like the society outside, the Titanic was divided into three distinct classes: the first, second, and third. The first-class staircase, a spectacle of opulence, was reserved for the elite. Made from the finest oak paneling, it was adorned with intricate carvings, bronze cherubs, and a beautiful glass dome overhead that allowed natural light to stream in. The centerpiece, a magnificent clock surrounded by an allegorical painting titled "Honor and Glory Crowning Time," added to the grandeur. This was a world where every detail echoed luxury, wealth, and status. Contrastingly, the third-class staircase was starkly simple and functional. It was built with practicality in mind, not luxury. It was made of steel and had plain painted walls. There were no ornate carvings, no glass domes, and certainly no allegorical paintings. The third-class passengers, who were mainly immigrants hoping for a better life in America, could only dream of setting foot on the grand staircase of the first class. This stark contrast between the first and third-class staircases paints a vivid picture of the class division aboard the Titanic. It's a reminder of the societal norms of that era, where wealth and social status determined one's access to comfort and luxury. The Titanic, in all its grandeur and tragedy, was a reflection of the society it sailed in. It was a world where the grand staircase served as a dividing line, a physical embodiment of the social hierarchy. The Titanic was a microcosm of society, with its own hierarchies and inequalities. Today we've uncovered 8 surprising truths about the Titanic. From its overshadowed sister ship, the RMS Olympic, to the delayed launch due to a coal strike. We've tackled the discovery of the wreck after 70 years, the notable passengers aboard, and the debunked myth about its speed. And finally, we've discussed the stark class division represented by the grand staircase. These revelations shed new light on this iconic tragedy. Join us next time as we continue to unearth the hidden truths of history.